What's going on, Messi? Yo, check it out. I'm gonna try something new. It's called Real Talk LSelb Report. I'm gonna be talking about a little bit of everything. I'm gonna have a little bit of everybody on. But to start the show off, I'm gonna have a coach come on. We're gonna chat here and there while I sit here and watch the NCAA tournament. And we were just gonna rap for a minute and go from there. Like I said, everything coming from the dome, it's gonna be real talk. It ain't gonna be nothing but real talk. So what further ado, I'm gonna let him come on the show and then like I said, and go from there. So it's just how it is. Let me see. Where? But Chad, so I wanna
What's up, so?
what's going on, Coach? How you feeling?
Doing well, man. Just getting over being sick, man. Just trying to get through the day at this point.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I
Yes, sir.
understand. So how's everything with the coach?
Doing well, man. Just getting back in the swing of things. Hitting the weight room, 3 days a week with the boys. Just trying to get everybody involved, man. Getting really excited for this upcoming season. So, biggest thing is just getting them transitioned from their spring sports. Right now, we got a lot of kids in baseball. Just trying to get them in the swing of things. But other than that, life wise, man, just working. Putting my time in at work right now. So, come football season, I can free up a little bit.
Yes, sir. I understand you on that motion. But so what you think of the documentary so far? That I've been doing.
I like it, man. I mean, it's definitely bringing back some open wounds. You know what I mean? I know I just watched the Hickory game, and that game still haunts us. The whole staff, the whole team. But other than that, it's great to see because not many people around know the success that we're actually having unless they have been in the stands. The biggest thing is just how much building we're doing. Week after week after week after week, and you could see through the videos that you're posting. You're going in chronological order. You're going from week one on. From Aliquippa. And just seeing the success that we had throughout the season, it's cool to reminisce back on.
That's a good thing, and I understand you. I just wanted to make it, real as it can. There's a lot of stuff that I did put on there that I did film, but I'm
Mhm.
like, no, I'm gonna try to keep it short. I want to keep it where I want to keep people interested. So 10, no more than 15 minutes of video. So that way, keep it interesting, keep people, tuned in. And I just want to let people know how, like you said, it was a success no matter how you look at the record. I found it a success, and I think the program going in a good direction. So,
Yeah, for sure, for
but
sure.
so let me ask you something. I see Big Booby had got an offer from Syracuse.
He did. He did. He got his first one. That's many more are coming. You get what I'm saying? I mean, he's a big kid. Him and a few other of his teammates are going to be. They're traveling with a 5-on-5 pass rush team out of Pittsburgh. Aaron Donald's brother is actually the D line coach, and then Coach Byron's doing the O line down there, and they just actually got back from Atlanta last weekend and doing some competition going against some I mean top recruits in the nation. You know what I mean? Getting their name out there. I'm sure you saw Bo's video that the one photographer and media guy put together for him. But back to Booty, man. I mean, that's a kid that came in. I mean, when I came in a couple years ago, he was just a freshman. He was green, and he comes back and really puts the time in and starts to lock in, but still doesn't get it. And throughout all the 2 years ago into this year. He suffered some injuries and stuff, but overcame adversity and came back. And now he's starting to see, that hard work does pay off. The first one always comes, it's the hardest one. And I told him, I was like, most kids are getting their D3s, the D2s out of the way. Your first offer was an ACC offer. I'm like, that's huge. Not only for you, but the program. It's going to bring, different coaches in the stands because they want to, they want to showcase his talent, but not alone that, let alone that you have guys that like Bo, like Tenon, like all the other kids that we have. They're athletes and they're abilities need to be put on show as well. And with the help from Booty, with having his first offer from Syracuse, it's going to help with that to showcase everybody. But I'm excited for Booty, man. I mean, like I said, Coach Lumpy and I really kind of focused in with him and tried and sat down and had a conversation with him. Like, this is the real deal, man. Like, you got to put the work in, and more will come. But you got to put the work in. Just because you got one offer doesn't mean you stop. You keep grinding because you want more, and you got to constantly want more.
I told him, you got to be ugly.
Gotcha.
If you ugly, I told him, if you ugly on the football field, you can get a paycheck. And I'm just being honest with the boy. I'm just being honest. I mean, he's huge. He's huge. But like I said, he got the size, but he also got, as you said, he just blessed. But I mean, I seen Booby get his kneecap dislocated, man, got chopped out Metro
Yeah,
21
yeah, yeah.
back when he was 12 years old. So, he didn't play football for a long time after that. But yeah, he is raw. But like you said, y'all got a lot of
Mm,
return,
mm.
lot return. And it should be an exciting year this year coming up, as you said, So what do you think what are you looking at next year? What you think y'all looking at?
We're always looking forward constantly. Like I told you before we came on, like the biggest thing is how excited we are with who we have returning, and then just build off the success that we gained from last year, or 2 years ago into the just this past year, and then turn around and bring it into this year. Um, you know, everybody other goal. It's just like everyone else's. It's a D10 title first. We got to get chase that D10 title. We really want it. We got a group of kids that are really dedicated into wanting it, and eventually, hopefully, come November this year, and getting that D10 title. I think it's earned. I think we put a lot of time in, between the off seasons and during the last couple seasons to kind of build that success, to be able to lead to that. But with anything could happen. Obviously, I mean, it's a game of football. It's a game of emotions. But the biggest thing is who we have returning. I think we got a fair shot at actually doing extremely well this year. Like I said, our biggest thing is to constantly move forward and be more successful than the previous year. But I would like to. I mean, we got a couple no joke schools on our schedule that'll be released soon. We want to have our kids battle tested, because if we're not battle tested come November, McDowell's no joke. McDowell always has a great program, but it all comes down to them. You know what I mean? There is no Butler anymore in D10, so we know what we're playing for and what we need to do in order to kind of to finish the season where we need to. Um, but like I said, man, the whole staff. I mean, we're excited, really excited with who we have returning, and for the upcoming season. I know the coaching staff. I mean, we put in a lot of work this off season with going to different clinics. A couple weeks ago, we were down in Pittsburgh and learning from some different college and high school coaches around the area, trying to sharpen our toolbook, because the day you stop learning is the day you got to turn the whistle in, man. Like, you got to continue to learn and evolve and try to, really just keep tossing tools in your toolbox to be able to use. That's the biggest thing, man. It's just you
That's
have to
it.
constantly keep learning.
That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. You just hit it right on the nose. You got to continuously to gain knowledge. And I try to tell everybody that no matter what you do in life, you got to try to gain knowledge. And that's just how I try to tell people. I mean, never try to stop learning. Always learn. I don't care what it is. Try to better yourself each and every day. And
Right.
that's all I want to try to come on here and do. What I'm trying to start up with the podcast and everything else with Real Talk LSelb Report, where I want to talk about a little bit of everything, not just sports, but life, everything, anything and everything, but also let it be real, let it be raw,
Right.
let it be right out the dome, nothing written, nothing script, just real, but also be telling the honest to God truth. Now, you being a coach, what is one of the biggest things that some of these kids have to do to get better?
Pretty much is locking in, man. I mean, it starts in the classroom, in really respecting not only people around you, your coaches, your teachers, your peers. They got to respect themselves. They got to look themselves in the mirror and say, like, I want better. They got to want better in order to be successful. A lot of our kids, I'm telling our boys every single day, if you guys don't get it done in the classroom. I just had a conversation on the phone right before we hopped on here. If you want to do better and want to get out of the mix, you got to put the time in the classroom. Without the classroom, there's nothing else you're going to do, whether you play football or not. And I'm a big proponent of, football is not only X's and O's. It's teaching life lessons. It's teaching adversity and how to overcome it. It's teaching, that times are going to get tough, and it's how you overcome it. It's just another way of saying adversity and how you overcome that. But I still use to this day in my job. I'm using attributes that I've learned, throughout playing sports. I mean, sports period. It's not just football. But when times are tough, you got to keep digging. You got to keep digging, and that's the biggest thing is for our kids is just trying to get them to step over that line. You got to want to first. You got to want to be better. You want to be successful. It's just making yourself, like I said, looking yourself in the mirror and really saying like, I got to do this. You know what I mean? Not only for me, but for my family, for everyone else, but more importantly, just doing it for myself. You got to want to do it first. That's the biggest thing.
Period, point blank. And you got to do it for yourself. Period, point blank. Nobody else. When you try to meet somebody else's expectations and you don't, you're gonna feel like you failed. And I know, being you know, being an ex-athlete and everything else, I know some kids, feel that, sometimes, that they can't meet their parents' expectations. And I tell them, it ain't about that. It's about, you put expectations on yourself, and that's it. Doing what you can, working hard, grinding, and never stop learning. As you said, that's one of the most important things, where people I think get mixed up in life. Period.
Right.
Where I tell them like, no matter what, man, try to learn something each and every day. As we on these cell phones right here, I told them, all you have to do is Google, speaking to your phone, and it's going to give
Give-
you anything that you want.
Right.
Anything and everything that
Right.
you want, so you can learn something each and every day, so that's what it's about, and it's about making yourself better. And that's all I'm trying to do right here. Like I said, with the podcast, just be real, be honest, be raw, like I said, have nothing script. Just come on out and just be raw and speak from
Yep.
the dome. And that's the only thing that you can do. And that's the only thing that I want to do. Nothing else, not more. I'm not trying to come on here sugarcoat nothing from nobody. I want to have so many people on, speak, and then, like I said, and build up an audience and build up and make it something where, kids come on. And also, like I said, that's one thing. Like you said, you speak about the classroom. That's one thing I try to tell these kids. Um, you can use your athletic abilities to get your education, because I tell them, only 2% is only going to make it to the league. So therefore, you got to have a fallback plan. I tell them, you got to have many plans as the alphabet. And some of these kids don't even know how many letters in the alphabet is. And,
Right.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I tell them that, you have that many plans because you will fail. Now, I tell them a failure is something that, that's part of living. You're going to fail. But the most important thing is get yourself up and just keep moving forward. Move on to the next one. Don't stay down. Don't stay, in that stagnant mode. And that's all I try to tell people. Just keep moving,
Sure.
You're gonna fail at a lot of things in life, but just keep moving, learn from it, go on to the next adventure. But now, who do you think your hard opponent gonna be next year?
I think it really, like I said, we have a lot of teams that are coming on the schedule. And we'll release that soon. I don't want to disclose really anything yet. Um, But I think McDowell, man. I mean, like I said, a year in and year out, Coach Slocum out there does an amazing job. And people think that McDowell and Erie, yeah, it's a big rival. You know what I mean? And we hate each other. We don't. It's a big fraternity. So we talk pretty much every month. We have our association meeting where all coaches come together because it's a fraternity, man. And what he's doing out there is fantastic. But I 100% believe that our toughest opponent is going to be McDowell because that's a game that matters. Simple as that.
There you go.
You know,
Nothing else. Not
we
not
get, we
nothing
got
else.
right. Well,
Nothing else.
battle
You just
test in the
said.
beginning of the season when we face them for the first time. This year it'll be at the stadium, and then turn around D10 championship, and that's for all the marbles, man. And then that's when who put in the most work throughout the season. That's what it comes down to. So no matter what, no matter who we play, we could play IMG Academy, we could play Camp McKinley, we could play teams from California. Those games don't matter. The game that matters is definitely playing, the team on 38th Street with McDowell.
That's the only game that matters. That's the only hump you need to get over. Then you get from there. Once you get over that hump, then you can go from there. That's all I'm telling y'all, and that's all I've been saying. Like you said, no matter who y'all play, it's that last game of the year, I mean, and it ain't about how you start, it's how you finish. And I try to tell people that all the time. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So therefore finish strong, and that's all y'all can do. But I want to thank you, Coach, for coming on, being the first person to come on,
Yeah,
Real Talk LSelb report. I'm gonna have so much, man. I will have you back on, but I want to thank you, and I want to have a good luck next year, and I'm gonna
appreciate that.
continuously watch it, man. I'm gonna keep putting on out stuff and keep, editing, just putting stuff up, man, for y'all,
Man,
and
we
just
appreciate you,
finishing up.
Sel. I mean, what you're doing for us and putting our name out there, it's helping us a lot. We really appreciate that. Real quick before I cut out, we do have some big things up in the coming in the works
Go
that
ahead.
that Coach Henderson wanted me to touch upon. We will have a youth camp that's in the works right now to be able to get our younger kids, in the fourth, fifth, sixth grade, to be able to come in and just get moving to gain the love for football. We also have our annual 7-on-7 big man competition, 7-on-7 and big man competition, June 28th. So we really want to get all the local schools together and be able to do something big for the community, and be able to do that. That's huge. And then also like any of the incoming ninth graders that are coming from Wilson, from Vincent, from East, and all that stuff that plan on going to either Emerson Gridley, Skills Center, you're going to Collegiate Academy, or you're going to Erie High. We want you to join us. You know what I mean? If you play football through, in our middle school program, we really want to have you. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to be having weight room from 4:15 to 5:15. But that's pretty much all I got. I want to thank you for having me on. I'm looking forward to the next one for sure.
Yes, I will have you back on. Like I said, once I finish with the documentary, I'm gonna have I want to get a few of y'all and just get y'all opinions and what y'all think and everything else, and sit down and close it
Yeah,
out and go
sure.
from there. That's about it.
Yeah,
Like I said, I'm just gonna keep it raw. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not putting everything out there that I did film, because some of the fact is just like, okay, um, I'm just gonna put the stuff out there that matters, and that okay, I see how y'all progress, and I was happy that which I want to thank y'all first and foremost for inviting me, for letting me come and do this.
yeah.
So thank Erie High, thank my cousin Dre when you see him again, and I just know. So thank you for coming on, man, and you
Of
have a
course.
good one, man. God bless.
You as well. You as well.
Yes, sir. All right. Peace out.